So before we go into the more complicated stuff, I want to go briefly explain how you can find textures in general. If this looks like that, then Blender is missing some textures. You can let Blender look for them by going to File, External Data, find missing files, then you select the folder, the device which you think your textures are being located, and press find missing files. This will take a while depending on your system, and then in most of the cases it works, and you will find it'll look normal. In my case, I'm just gonna run a script so you see what we're gonna do today. I run it. Takes 2-3 seconds here. You can see I quickly solved the texture issue, but this is due to my configuration, and I'm gonna explain what configuration I'm using right now. So here, when we look at the thumbnail, I have basically right now Windows 11 on my laptop, although this is not a laptop, but I have it on my laptop, and Linux Mint on my main PC right now, on my tower PC. So, and my Blender files, all my Blender files, textures and so on, are stored in the external SSD, and whenever I plug in my external SSD into my Windows computer and then I save my project, when I plug it out and plug it into my Linux system, Blender cannot find the files anymore, and I could technically always go and let Blender search for the files or put everything in one file, but then the file becomes bigger, and the other thing takes a long time. The searching process takes a long time. So together with ChatGPT since yesterday night, ChatGPT created the script, and finally I have something which works, not just one-sided, but it works both ways. With running the script, doesn't matter where I plug in my external SSD, I run the script, Blender checks, changes the starting path, which is the problem, and I can basically continue working on my stuff. Exactly, so I'm gonna just make this small. I will reload this guy here for showing how to set it up actually. So, okay, let's assume this is not here. I'm gonna show the script too, and I'm gonna show the script in the video description if YouTube allows that. I do not know about that in terms of it's a script, if this is okay. Anyway, so let's assume this window is also not here. Let's just assume that. How do I join to the right? Yeah. So let's assume you have the same system as I do. The advantages, you can just plug your stuff on the go. How do you open the script panel, the script window? There are two ways. One is just you're gonna go over with your mouse to the edge here and left click and drag a new window open, and then you change this one here to texture editor, and then you could press new, and then already, if I make this bigger, you could paste the script in or write the script in, and then here you can run the script with this button, and also rename it, and then also save the script on your computer somewhere. This is one method. If this is too complicated, because for new, sometimes it's easier to just showing another way. Click on the plus key here, and then go to general, and then go down to scripting, and then I just position myself in the world again. No, like so here. It's not necessary, but it looks nicer. It's also eye candy. I mean, this is Blender, right? I mean, so okay, so positioned. So then you have here automatically your scripts. You can ignore the other thing if you don't know what that are, like me. And then you could just basically say new, and then call it something whatever, and then you can paste the script in. When it comes to you should. One of my friends said, he's a programmer. He said the most important thing is on the internet. Do not, if you see scripts on the internet, do not just copy and paste them. So best case is write them yourself, which I know away. But at least have a rough understanding what you do, not just blindly, copying and pasting and then running them. Just saying that because my friend would say that. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the script in full. So this is how it looks. You don't see everything, but maybe I'm gonna show it in parts first because this is on YouTube and then the resolution might not work so well. And then I go slowly down and you can stop whenever you feel like, or pausing the video whenever you feel like this, you need to read. And basically that's already it. So by pausing the video, you can check this out again. I'm gonna go up again. I wanna show you though, you cannot just copy that as it is because you need to adjust it to your system. And speaking of it, I already prepared something. So here's the thing. My external SSD is mounted in Windows 11 as Z. I think this is a column. So this is the starting path, and the starting path is actually a problem. The starting path in Linux Mint is mounted as, in my case, you can change it, but it's still, yeah. So this is the starting path. This is equal basically to the starting path in Windows 11. So they are both, or let's just say they are both starting paths, which Blender needs to start somewhere. So media/yoschi, this is my name, T7, not my name, but anyway, T7 shield, and and the script, what the script is basically doing in how I understand it, it's basically just checking which system it is on, and then adjusting Blender, to the system. So when it says set, it changes it to media. If it's on and vice versa. Okay, you can see the remaining path is always the same. So the remaining path, we don't have to deal with that. As soon as it starts here, like current use, is the same. And that's, I'm gonna show you in here again. So when you use this script, I hope it will work for you. Then you can just basically replace this with your Linux device path, which you can easily see in here. For example, this would be my external SSD, and I will have a double click. I can see, this is my path. Okay, this is how the path starts. I need to copy that and to paste it into here. It's already, even it's the same, so nothing changes. And here you have to figure out how is this on your Windows system. How is this? What Windows driver letter you have set up for your Windows system, and if it's D, then you change this obviously to D, right? As an example, exactly. And then you have to do this, I think, here again and here again, but not so often. I think that's pretty much it. The rest should be, the rest should be fine. Okay, this is, you have to keep in mind. You need to replace my placeholder if you want. You can see my letters and paths as placeholder, but then the script should work for you. So that's being said, if you have any idea on how to make this easier, I mean, Linux to me is new. I'm not really struggling, but I'm exploring Linux, like this time for real, like I'm taking it seriously. If you have any suggestions on how to simplify this process of switching operating systems, I tried yesterday also with ChatGPT to change the mounting options in Linux Mint. So meaning that my shield, instead of that it's named like this, that it becomes also that column, But whatever I do, I came to this point where I got close, and I had this one here, like almost like that, but I got the slash. Oh, I got the slash before. I could not get rid of the slash, and the slash basically this is screwing up the thing for Blender. So yeah, the only thing what works, and it's not perfect because it's still a little bit of work you have to do for each project. Basically, you have to run a script. You have to. Here's the run button, by the way, again. That's a little bit tedious, but it's still much faster, much faster than always letting my SSD is pretty huge, and sometimes my textures are all over the place, and that can take a while until Blender finds those files, and this approach is just almost they're not instant. 3, 4, 5 seconds it takes, but that's okay, acceptable, I would say. Okay, this is all again new stuff for me. Also, again, I'm not a coder. I hope I explain it pretty good. If not, maybe there's a description from ChatGPT and down below in the video. Maybe this might be more clear. At the end, I want to also point out, in general, most of people, I don't know how many people are using a system like that. But before I had Linux Mint, and now it starts babbling. Before I had Linux Mint, I had Windows 11 and Windows 10, and I set up my Blender and my system so that my external device is always that, and I didn't have any problems with that. I could just plug out my external device from my main tower computer, plug it into my laptop, no problem, and it just worked. And I would just recommend that in general. If you have like 2 times the same operating system, then it's much easier, of course. But I don't, and I like Windows. I don't dislike Windows. I mean, it's a shitty company, like every company is shitty. But I have to look for a solution for the 2025 October Windows shutting down the stuff, the security updates. My processor is not supported, so I have to. That's the reason I'm checking out the Linux stuff. Anyway, okay, good. I hope this was helpful. Blah blah blah. I'm going now. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye bye.